Does Daddy get a kiss from both of his little girls, huh?
Oh, no. No, Daddy doesn't even get to touch Mommy for a very, very, very long time.
Where does a project like this begin for you?
It began right here in LA. I did an audition tape, like every other actress in LA, and somehow it was seen by Mr. Scorsese, and somehow I ended up in a room with Marty and Leo, and here we are. I'm still pinching myself. I don't know how this happened. I really don't.
Look at this, $26,000 for one dinner.
No, this could be explained. Dad, we had the Pfizer clients.
Right, the porterhouse from Argentina.
The expensive champagne and the wine. We had to buy champagne. And you ordered all the sides. Tell them about the sides you
I ordered
ordered.
the sides, so...
Sides?
Yeah.
Sides? $26,000 worth of sides? What are these sides? They cure cancer?
The sides did cure cancer. That's the problem. That's why they were expensive.
Shut up.
I'm serious. I know.
Stop.
I got a phone call after Moneyball had come out that I was at the bottom of a list to play opposite Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, for a Martin Scorsese film, and it was that by itself would have been the greatest phone call I ever got in my life. And then, you know, it was months of a process of auditioning and getting the part and stuff like that.
Daddy's really sorry about what he said in the other room. He didn't mean any of it.
Daddy shouldn't waste his time. And from now on, it's gonna be nothing but short skirts around the house.
What about the Long Island accent? How easily does that come to you?
It actually, funnily enough, is closer to an Australian accent than a standard American accent is, because you kind of drop the R's. So it's obviously difficult to do an accent no matter where it's from, and I had to do a lot of work, and I had a lot of technical training with accents before I even moved to America, and I think having that technical foundation really helps when I try to adapt it to any kind of accent. But having said that, I actually found it easier than doing a standard American accent.
I'm trying to put it together. Nice car. We live in the same building. I'm not understand how much money you make.
I don't know, 70,000 last month.
Tell me about these teeth.
That was in the script. That was in Terry Winter's screenplay, and I had a horrible lisp when I put them in. So I would call Best Buy for a couple hours a day and do the accent and the voice, and I had to Tim Monick, our dialect coach, and he told me that I'd have to speak with them for a couple hours a day, and so I would have to call different stores in order to have someone be able to talk to me as Donnie, because I couldn't go in somewhere and try and do it, so I would do it over the phone, and that helped me a lot.
But no touching.
Oh, gosh. It's kind of a dark comedy. I was shocked when I saw it to see how funny, to see how much I was laughing through it and how much everyone laughs through it. It ended up being a really hilarious movie.
Does that carry over on the set? Is it a fun?
Oh yeah, on set we were just in hysterics the whole time. We were really just incredulous that we were getting away with shooting the things we were shooting, to be quite honest.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, he's got some money.
I got a couple mil coming in like a week.
Yeah.
And when it gets in, I'll give you a call. You come pick it up.
You give me a call.
When it gets here, I'll give you a call, and you'll come pick it up.
Well, we don't work for you, man.
Shh. Sweetheart, you have my money taped to your boobs. Okay, technically you do work for me.
The more out of control these guys get, the more you realize they're headed towards a, you know, pretty crazy place. And yeah, it was really interesting to play someone so with so little impulse control and just, I don't know, out of control.
It seems like a lot of films are made in the editing room, and on a Martin Scorsese project, that's doubly true.
Yeah.
Was there anything you shot that you were sort of disappointed that didn't make it into the final cut?
Yeah, there was this one line at the end of the fight scene where where I'm throwing the water at him, and there was this one line that I kind of added in, and I loved it so much, and it kind of like won me the fight. And I was always so proud that I won that fight because there was constantly this like battle of dominance between Leo and I, or between our characters more so, about who kind of had more power in the relationship. And my final line in that fight scene won me the power for the status quo for that time being. And they cut it out, and so the fight scene ends, and he had the last line. And I was sitting there, and I was like, he didn't win that fight. I won that fight, and I was so furious. But it was such a good line because he says something like, get over here and kiss me, and I said, kiss you? I'm an inch away from cutting your balls off and putting them in a shoebox. And then I threw the water at him and walked away. But they cut the line, and I just threw the water and walked away, and I was really pissed about that. Yeah, I thought it was such a funny line, but yeah, whatever.
How does working with him on a take compare to any other director? What sets him apart?
He's the best ever. He's just the greatest. I mean, he I don't know. There's no comparison from anyone else I've worked with to him. I mean, and I've worked with people I look up to so much constantly, but he's just on a different level than anybody else.
It's unbelievable. The energy that man has is absolutely incredible. Like, we would get towards the end of the night, and we're all like this, and we're on our like 8th or 9th coffee, and he's just buzzing, and he's like, and what about this? And I'm like, Marty, aren't you tired? Like, I've been here for 17 hours. Aren't you tired?